think no good story really starts unless you talk about kind of the people that brought you into this world, which is my family, obviously my mom, my dad. And I think because of their experiences, what I learned is that I can't take anything for granted, really seize every single opportunity that you're given. My dad, actually in 2010, I went to Nigeria to see where he grew up, him and his 5 brothers, in kind of this small 1-bedroom place. And it was crazy to see that he went from that to become a psychiatrist in the United States. Same thing with my mom, who now is a nurse here. Their stories really inspire me, and I realize that, because of their stories, I have to really do the best that I can with everything that I've been given. I was born in Pasadena, California, and I moved to Olusola, Kentucky. My dad wanted to move to the safest place in the United States because he'd been in big cities, and during residency, he said, these places are crazy. I want to move to a place that's very safe, good environment. So we moved to Olusola. I think Kentucky does an amazing job inspiring people to go into the arts, from Governor's School for the Arts to, All States and all these other opportunities that I took. My mom and dad, they're not necessarily musicians, but they always loved music, and they always played music in the house. And from very young, they said, I started showcasing certain musical abilities. And so that's when my dad knew, okay, I need to start taking this kid to lessons. There's some sort of musical abilities that are brewing in him, and I want to nurture that. I started taking piano lessons. I started taking cello lessons, which is the main instrument that I play. There was a lady named Dr. Joan Mack that taught private lessons in Owensboro for all types of strings. So there was one time where she just gave me this cardboard box, and she just kind of taught me how to play a cello. And I didn't know what the cello was at the time. I was very ignorant. Obviously, I was 6 years old, so I wouldn't know. And she said, at any time, if you don't want to do this, just say no. Don't do it anymore. And so I kept going back for lessons, and I kept learning, and I kept, doing better in my lessons, and I kept going, and I never said no. I kept going and never said no. And to this day, I still haven't said no, and I'm still playing the cello. And so, I'm glad I didn't say no. I was only really allowed to listen to certain types of music. My whole family is Seventh-day Adventist, so my mom and dad really kind of restricted the musical selections to classical music, where I would listen to Vladimir Horowitz and Van Cliburn. I love piano concertos. I listened to a lot of instrumental music, especially kind of the smooth jazz stuff, because that's what my dad loved. And that really, I think, early on influenced the way I would listen to music. But the one instrumentalist I think that influenced me the most was Jacqueline Dupre. She was this amazing cellist that was married to Daniel Barenboim. And, the thing I love about her the most was that she was able to make the instrument talk. I mean, she made the cello so human. And so that kind of talking ability, if you will, is something that I always try to portray in my music. I want every single emotion that you can feel to be felt in every single note, And so I'm really thankful for my beginnings, because I gained those skills. But now I'm in a time of musical exploration. I'm really excited to continue seeking new ideas to just make more music that I love.